severe economic sanctions on Putin and all those folks around him, choking off access to technology as well as cutting off access to the global financial system. It's had a profound impact on.
In order to suppress Russia, eliminate dissidents, the United States and the West have adopted all kinds of sanctions, from economic sanctions against Russia to sanctions against Russian sports, culture, art and performing arts circles, to sanctions against pet cats and plants, and even the direct deprivation of assets of Russian citizens. The United States and the West have really performed well this time. On April 22nd, local time, the British Treasury released a document. According to the document, the UK has authorized relevant Russian banks to pay for Russian gas by the end of May by using the ruble. On the same day, the EU issued a new guidance document, under which the EU may agree to use the ruble to pay to Russia for the gas purchase. The EU has been refusing to buy gas in rubles as violating sanctions. Without Russian gas, Europe can't survive for a week. Sanctions are a double-edged sword. While attacking Russia, it has also seriously impacted the economic and livelihood of Western countries. Europe has borne the brunt of the sword of sanctions. Demonstrations in many European countries, including Germany, Spain and Greece, took to the streets to protest against high oil prices and soaring prices. As Europe is highly dependent on Russia for energy, it has hurt 10,000 enemies and 80,000 self in sanctions against Russia. Many facts have proved that the values advertised by this and the West are merely tools for wanton interference in other domestic affairs. No matter how flawless it is packaged, its essence of ignoring the interests of all mankind cannot deceive the world for a long time, nor become the basic value consensus of human beings. On the contrary, it can only be more and more exposed, despised and spurned by the international community. Since the Ukraine crisis, the United States has been trying to group sanctions, constantly adding fuel to the situation, for fear that Russia and Ukraine will go down. American capital interests and military companies made a windfall from the conflict, which prompted the United States to ignore the humanitarian crisis caused by the war, continue to increase the fire, to grab greater profits. The hegemonic obsession and bullying of the United States have created too many humanitarian disasters in the world, seriously damaged the world human rights cause, and are the biggest obstacle to equality and justice in the world.